Welcome back to Cypher Sessions for Game 6 review of the first round series between the Nuggets and the Wolves. Cam Johnson had a great night. He had like 27 points. Nikola Jokic was an assist away from a triple-double. He had a very Jokic-like night. Tim Hardaway Jr. did decent with 13 points. Sucks that Jamal Murray had a bad night. He was defended well, but he also just couldn't get loose. He couldn't get his game going. His shots weren't falling. Definitely sucks that Jamal Murray had a bad night. Weird, though, that so many fans want to trade him or are like, oh, it's all your fault we lost, because you have to defend as a team to win a game. Jamal had some decent defense. But the Nuggets in general did not play good defense tonight. The first half was pretty solid. You know, they had the first play of the game on defense for them. They caused a 24-second shot clock violation. And that might have been their best defensive sequence of the night. So, but yeah, this one came down to, kind of the core things that we saw overall in this season and we saw in the postseason. Denver didn't make adjustments when they needed to. Denver did not play defense that was good enough to stop Minnesota, especially in the paint again, which is weird because Game 5 they kind of realized or figured out, kind of messed up Minnesota in the paint. They didn't do that in Game 6. Not sure why. It's probably on Adelman for not making adjustments. But also the shot selection, not good. Minnesota kept picking up the ball handler at half court. Denver did not adjust. They didn't move the ball quicker. They didn't trust their guys that weren't named Jokic or Murray. The two-man game works in spurts. It works in infrequent usage. And when you're going to the two-man game in the first and second quarter already, you're kind of isolating the other three guys on the floor. I understand you want to create a mismatch between Jokic and Murray's defenders, but the other guys on the floor are not just there for spot-up shooting, even though that's kind of what Adelman used them for. They're guys who should be handling the ball as well, because Murray can move without the ball. Jokic can kind of coach as a player coach without the ball as well on the floor. Essentially, you have to have other guys scoring. And when one of your key guys like Murray is not scoring, that puts even more pressure on the other guys who you're not using. So that's kind of frustrating. But yeah, defense wasn't there in the second half necessarily. The shot selection wasn't good. Adelman's adjustments were not there in the second half. And yeah, the Nuggets lose in the first round, so it'll be interesting to see who's still here next year. If they have the same coaching staff, if they have the same starters. Peyton Watson is going to be given a lot of offers, so we'll see how that goes. Cam Johnson is often going to be treated as a target for trade bait to keep P-Watt, so we'll see how that goes as well. And lastly, this can sound bitter, but this is my website, this is my recap, right? So I can do this. But I mean, the state of Minnesota is kind of irrelevant in sports, in particular in basketball. You have to wonder what it feels like to have a roster that was built simply to beat one other team, and then you exit usually in the next round. So, yeah, Minnesota played better. They beat the Nuggets. They're going to lose terribly to the Spurs. And if they somehow, some way get past the Spurs, they're not going to beat the Thunder because nobody gets to beat the whistle against the Thunder. So, yeah, enjoy your irrelevancy, Minnesota. You can talk Western Conference Finals as much as you want. Denver's been to more than Minnesota has, and Denver has a title. So that's it for Cypher Sessions, reviewing the first round, and we'll be back in the off season to see what unfolds.